There are many things you can and cannot do during part 3 of your Cambridge exam, and there are many mistakes you can make and many things you can fail at. So today in this video we're going to go over some things you should and some things you shouldn't do in order to get a good grade on your Cambridge exam. Part 3's main focus will be a web. It will come in a format similar to this. It will come in a page printed. This is something very important that you need to know before the test, so you don't face this situation.
Please look at the web.
As we can see here, Nicolini is doing the right thing, looking at the paper that he was given. This is what you should do during your Cambridge exam. In contrast, he was just trying to look at a spider web, an actual spider web. Don't do that. Don't look at a spider, look at a web. This web. Focus. This one.
Well, from my point of view, I think what I will be when I grow up, I will be a firefighter.
He's doing things great. He's pointing out what he wants to be from the web. Use the options that you are given. This looks like a blank page. It is not a blank page. It's a web in here. It just doesn't like focusing on it. But there's a web here. Use the options that you are given, okay? That is what you should do. But, what if I want to be a scientist? It's not in there. Can I add another option? I'm going to take the time to answer my own question there. No, you can't. You can't add your own option. Lie if you have to, make up a story, but you can't add another option. Just use the ones that you are given.
Oh, right. I always wanted to be a firefighter. I love fire trucks. I just love the red color. And
Slow down, please. Take your time.
Sorry. I love fire trucks. Like, they go so fast.
We can see there that he handled it very well. He was getting a bit too excited or going a bit too fast with his words, so the examiner told him to slow down. And he did that. He's calmed down, breathed for a moment, and then started to speak again, managing the tempo of his speech. That is very good. That is what you should do. Well, I guess I would like to be an astronaut because I really do like space. I find planets very interesting.
Slow down, please. Take your time.
Alright. May I continue? Well, taking your time, being interpreted as literally taking the time, would be a correct interpretation. It is a very literal interpretation, and that is not what the examiner means. When you are asked to take your time, you should slow down, breathe, and say things a bit slower. You should not take the clock.
Well, I wouldn't like to be a teacher because I don't
Please
like...
discuss with your partner.
Sorry. Because I don't like kids a lot. Like, they scream a lot.
Once again, Leo showed a very good way to handle those things. When you are giving an instruction, like discuss with your partner by the examen, you don't necessarily have to stop talking or retry again. Just say and start doing what the examiner said. If they told you to slow down, then slow down a bit. And if they told you to discuss with your partner, then look at your partner and start talking to them, not to the examiner. That's a very good way to handle things. I don't think I'd like to be a firefighter because it requires very intense labor.
Please discuss with your partner.
I don't think I love you anymore. Yes, I'm breaking up with you, okay? When the examiner tells you to discuss with your partner, they're not necessarily referring to your girlfriend or boyfriend. They're most likely referring to the person right next to you. So when they tell you to discuss with your partner, you should continue talking about what you were saying, but with the person next to you. Don't start arguing with your girlfriend or break up with them. That's not what they're telling you to do.
Also, I wouldn't be an astronaut because I hate heights. I hate heights. And also, I wouldn't like to be in a giant suit. I don't...
Once again, very good handling by Leo. There are many hand signs that the examiner could throw you during the exam, and they're going to throw it to you because most likely they don't want to say something and interrupt your train of thought. They're just going to show you or wave something to you. Something like this would mean discuss with your partner, which is exactly what Leo did, which is a very good way of doing things, and you should do that too.
I'm Asha.
So being a teacher, I think would be a pretty cool job. I think I'd like it, but I don't.
Tres.
That's not quite what the examiner was looking for. The examiner is going to be very focused on examining you throughout the exam and trying to grade your English. They're not part of a rival gang, and they're not trying to throw gang signs. So you shouldn't throw some back. They're trying to get you to talk with your partner. They're not trying to tell you that they're going to murder you after the exam. That's very unlikely to happen.
I love fighters. They are heroic. They just they just go like oh
Please
sorry.
lower down your volume.
They just go like with the
Very good. He managed to keep his train of thought and speak in a lower tone. Sometimes you may get a bit overexcited about a topic. That's okay, but the external will tell you to lower your volume, and you should follow the instructions that they give you.
I don't think professional chess boxing would be a really good fit for me because I think I don't really like boxing. I do like chess, but I don't.
Please lower your volume a little.
All right. There.
Once again, technically correct, but not quite what they were looking for. First of all, you shouldn't be wearing any type of headphones during the exam, because you could be flagged for cheating and they could disqualify you. Second of all, when they tell you to lower your volume, they're trying to tell you to lower the volume of your voice, not the volume of any music you could be listening to. You shouldn't be listening to any music in the first place, so why would you interpret it like that?
I wouldn't be a professional chess boxer because sorry, I wouldn't be a professional chess boxer because I wouldn't like to be fighting with someone.
Once again, hand signs. They can get a bit confusing, but once you get the grasp of them, they're pretty simple to understand. Something like this would mean to raise up your volume, and something like this would mean to lower your volume. In this case, Leo was told to raise up his volume a little bit because he was talking in a volume that the examiner could not hear what he was saying. So that is what he did. He did not lose his train of thought, and he raised up his volume so the examiner could hear him. That is very good.
Something that's really interesting. I would like to study to be an engineer, but I wouldn't really like to actually like as a professional engineer because their jobs I don't like it.
Once again, technically correct, but not quite the fit for this exam. During this exam, there will be nobody telling you to stand up, because something like this could be interpreted as that. There will be nobody asking you to stand up during this exam. So if you understand that somebody's telling you to stand up, please think for a bit and try to think what other things could they be actually meaning to say, instead of taking things literally. To conclude, I think what we should take away from these examples is that when somebody, like an instructor, tells you to do something, you should slow down, think for a bit what they said, and then interpret that in the correct way. Because if you don't stop and think, you may interpret what the examiner said in the wrong way and do something that they didn't really mean, which they can take away points from you. So, slow down, think, and then act without losing your train of thought. Thank you for watching.